high fire hazard of flour mills, dust, and methods of prevention. After the Great Falls Dust explosions in Minneapolis, May 2, 1878, in which the Great Washburn Mill, together with several other mills, was destroyed with lost 18 lives. Scientific investigators set to work to discover the gas-forming properties of four grains dust, wood dust, and the conditions under which an explosion might be caused by a spark of an open flame. The dust usually found in suspension in the mills contains about 90% carbonaceous or starchy materials and starchy materials and about 10% moisture. This dust, when it deficits and mixes with certain proportions of air, become a very powerful explosive. The seriousness of grain dust explosions may be emphasized when we know that concrete or other forms of tire-proof buildings are no proof against flour or grain dust explosions. At Cedar Rapids, a stardust explosion shattered great concrete buildings and leveled them to the ground as houses built of cart. Preventions. First, stop leaks in spouts, elevators, conveyors, bins to prevent the escape of dust. Second, apply suctions to elevators at high and bottom and at intake and discharge points, at loading points of conveyors belt and at trip. Continuous bins shall be converted. For apply suctions to grinding such as roll stones and attraction mills to carry away the dust, thus preventing its distribution outside of the machine. Use magnet before the grinding mills and scoured for removing metal, thus preventing the ignition of sparks. 6. This use dampers or chokes this device between grinding and elevators, mill and elevators. 7. See that there is ample clearance between fan blades and metal covering and between elevators pull-off and side of head and boots. 8. See that elevators are plumb and that craft does not ride on head. 9. Provide means to elevation choke in elevators by a release spout. In choked elevators, the friction of the revolving pool and the head against the steering and loaded belt to induce a fire. Uh, 10. Run elevators at the product speed so as to ensure the proper bucket delivery. 11. See that the dust collectors are of ample capacity and that they are doing duty. If safe, place them outside or in the separate building. Note clone should discharge within the building unit. It is a separate building for that particular purpose. Permit no dust rule is applied. 12. Do not allow dust to settle and accumulate on bins and machines. Use floor brushes to sweep. 13. Prohibit the use of open lights, torches or lanterns in mills and elevators. 14. Inspect and bearing frequently, especially those of old type. Shafts should be level and in line. 15. See that electric wiring and equipment is properly installed. Wires should be placed in conduits, switches and fuse block should be enclosed and motors protected from dust. 16. Prevent accumulations of static electricity on machinery and belts by proper grounded method. 17. Prohibit smoking in mill and premise. Loose matches should not be carried in pockets but in metal safes. 18. Permit no greasy rags or waste about the premises, not oil on floors or machines. Thank you for attention.